How are we doing today? Today we're playing some Kerbal Space Program, modded Kerbal Space Program. We're going to try and dock today. We'll see. We'll see if we can dock. Let's go ahead and hop into the game where we left off. Resume saved. Load. So let's go up to where we... Which one were we controlling? Not the hub. We wanted the docking Who 5. Is who we're primarily doing. So we are trying to dock with that guy. What I want to do is get really close to the dude. Unfortunately, I'm in the darkness, but I want to get really close to the guy and actually stop all my movement, and then try to because we have a little bit of horizontal movement, and so it's giving us some problems. So I want to get a little closer, and then I'm actually going to go. I think retrograde is what I want, although I can't choose that option. Maybe because we're too close. I think if we do V. Okay, so we want to go chase. Then I think this. Then we want to go RCS. And then what were the buttons? Oh, I should pull up the orbital docking. Let's see if we can get these guys to connect. So there's different controls when you are when you want to use RCS to do stuff. There's the WASDA, and then there's the IJKL to do stuff. Okay, so we're going to try IJKL. So we're going to turn on RCS. It's on. If we do this, let's turn on this thing. What we need is to point towards target. Nope. So we're gonna try this, and then if we go this direction, trying to figure out which one of these is going to get me to point better towards the guy. So hold. No, let's do N. What I'm trying to do is get. Nope, it didn't quite work either. Well, okay. Another thing we could do, we could switch the other guy, and we can point towards target. So that's going to be part of the thing we need to do. We're not going to use RCS too much. This guy is actually currently using RCS, which is interesting. So we're going to point towards target. Hello! Hello, Jijibanzig. Let's switch over to this guy. So he's approaching, and I want him to point towards target. Really slowly. You should point towards target. Figured out there's buttons, square brackets. Let's switch back and forth. Thank you, Jijibanzik, for the link that you sent me like 2 weeks ago. You probably can't see this video very well. But. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to point towards target. And I'm hoping... I've already bounced off twice. Yeah, it was very useful. So what I'm hoping is that these guys will actually connect. Never played before. It was hard for you to tell. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was very good instructions. And mainly, if you bounce off, just breathe and then try it again. So we're gonna keep on going really slowly and switching back and forth between the two, and setting to target. I might turn off RCS as well. I can't tell. There we go. This seems promising. But again, I bounced off last time that this was promising, so we'll see. Yeah, so we're drifting also up a little bit, I think, from where we want to be. Nope, wrong button. If I do chase, I think it was saying chase, right? Hit V. Oh, that's right. We can also do these buttons if we want to rotate ourselves. I don't know if I really care about that part. I mean, we're coming in. I still need to switch to the other guy and try to get them to actually connect up in the right way. I think we want to go forward a little bit more than we are. So there's N, and H. So that would slow us down. It's actually interesting. Okay. I think let's turn off RCS. Let's try to work over towards. I can't point to retrograde according to the thing, but let's try to get over to retrograde. And then burn a little bit and see if we can stop. Because I think that that should get rid of our... It's very stubborn. Okay, so we're going to do this. Oh, because I have it pointing to target. Okay, sorry. Stable. I kept on trying to change back. So I'm going to try and go retrograde. I'm going to see if I can get rid, if this will make it so we get rid of our movement relative to our target. So now I'm going to do a slight burn. Okay. So we are potentially moving less relative to our target. Let's point retrograde. No, I'm sorry. Let's point to our target. And now we're going to do a slight burn. Just to get some speed. So, in theory, that might have gotten rid of some of our crazy movement. I'm gonna go real slow for this, and I'm gonna try to go no RCS. We can switch between the two, and then say point to target, and then that guy he didn't move at all because I think he's already pointing at target. So we'll see. See if this works. But I already last stream. I think you might have missed the last one, Jujubunsu. We bumped off of it twice already. Like the docking ports were real close, but on a weird angle, so they bounced off each other. Oh, this should I guess point to target. And you can use the square brackets to switch between the two. That was the huge thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. Made it a lot tougher because I have to keep on switching things. Yeah, better than crashing, right? Right. Yeah, and so when I was having a lot of problems, I think you also missed that one too. I had this guy. I was trying to burn to do some maneuvers. But I was still set as controlling a ship from the docking port, and so it was like the wrong side of the thing. And so every time I'd burn, like it was confused, and yeah, that was bad. But that's right, we survived. So we might burn a tiny bit more. We'll go to 0.2. And we'll see if we can get over to the guy and see if we can dock. Our other ship doesn't have any RCS fuel, so, but it's possible we can still dock without any RCS, I think. Like if we turn down our engines to be very minimal, I think we can do it without RCS. So I might try to also dock the other ship to this one, but at least, at the very least, this will give this guy a chance to hop on here and get back to the planet if this particular design isn't really working for us. And really, at this point, in theory, I could attempt to EVA, even if I don't dock. I could attempt to EVA, fly the guy over, and then land. In theory, you know. So we're pointing to target. Let's switch to the other guy. Point to target. So it's, I mean, it should be fairly pointing a target already, but we can, yeah, scary options all around. All right, exactly. So we'll see. I mean, that's what is one thing I listen there is that if your goal is to just do an EVA transfer, then like at this point you could just hop out and then do it. But so pointing a target, point to target, try to connect. Now we're in the sun. See, it worked out. Everything's fine. Trying to see if we have any drift that's going to be a problem. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, we do. We do have a little bit of a drift that's a problem. Okay, so let's now that we're even closer now, let's go stable and then attempt to find retrograde. Get rid of this 0.2 speed. So that is anti-target. Is there even a retrograde marker somewhere? Oh, is that it over there? Yeah, that's it over there. Come on, we can stop spinning around like crazy. If we turn on RCS, this might make it easier. But it also might make us a little bit in a weird position, but we can try it. So I'm just trying to find retrograde. But I guess RCS is also screwing up everything. So this is, what is the symbol? So it's on the opposite side of where this is. So let's get on the other side, try and kill off this 0.5 speed. That is, I believe, the wrong direction. What? Slow down our thing we're doing. Okay, so we want to get to retrograde. And then burn a little bit, just to get rid of the speed. Oh, wrong button. Oh. Oops. Okay. Let's get to the other side. I was hitting the wrong button. And very little is a big deal when you're dealing with this close together. Okay. So retrograde again. We're going to burn a tiny bit with my finger on the X key. Let's adjust a little bit more. We want to be 0 movement relative to our target. Okay. Let's point to our target. So we sort of have 0 movement, but not really. Okay, so now switch sides, point to target. Okay. Switch sides. Can we make this work? So right now we're at sort of 0 movement-ish relative to each other. Well, that seems pretty accurate, actually. When I speed it up, it seems like we're just cruising along the same. So now I'm going to go, I want to go forward a tiny, tiny bit. So I'm going to... There. So we want to point towards target. We'll get a little bit closer. And then once we get like real close, we're going to switch back and forth and keep on hitting to target. And hope they connect and they don't bounce off each other. But it seems fairly promising. When we're sped up, it's not adjusting some of our positioning. So now it's going to adjust that. Let's switch to the other guy. Switch to target. I think this is actually slowly, because it needs to go, I think, right to that. So it's not quite where we want it, right? If I turn on RCS, is that going to screw everything up? See, it seems like we're on a weird angle. I don't know what I would change to fix that. Okay, that seems like a good thing. Oops. So point towards target. Switch. Target. Real close. I don't know what the tolerance is going to be. So yeah, I think like we need to change. Like that needs to be moved a little bit more. Yeah, see, that's not great. Let's change targets, or let's change sides. What thing do we need to change to make that go better that direction? If we go this direction, is it better or worse? Neither of those are what I want exactly. That seems better when I'm doing that, right? It's moving this tail in more. Okay, that seems promising. It's on that dot. Although it's shifting again. We're kind of fighting it. Maybe we'll go stable and then we'll manually adjust this. I'm trying to think of my my right angles. Okay. Switch sides. Yeah, it's still coming in a little bit on a sideways thing. Okay. Can we make this guy straighten out? Yeah, squinting at the right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I could, if I knew how to EVA properly, I could hop out and switch, but that's not really the main objective. Oh, okay, not what I wanted. So we're slightly getting further apart. Although I'm trying to straighten the guy out. So that's understandable. Let's switch. Okay, now we're getting close to the guy again. Although again, it's let's switch targets. So we need to be going more the other way. If we rotate and then we kill off our speed again. So let's try to find retrograde. I mean, that's changing a bunch, but it's relative to the front of me, so. So that is anti-target. That's not really what I want. I want to get rid of this one speed. I think there's a way to do it with RCS, but I don't know. I don't want to mess it up too much. Let's try to find the X with a circle in it. Is there one? Or are we going too slow to really have one? That is... Which circle's that? There should be a way to see where this symbol would be, right? Maybe not. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe we're going too slow. Okay. Point to target. We'll do that instead. And we will try to... So I don't know if that, I guess that maybe that spinning around has kind of screwed up some of this movement here. If I do H or N, is that better or worse? I want to stop moving closer to the guy. RCS isn't it? RCS. Okay. So that is... Now I have a retrograde. What I want to do is burn on this a tiny bit to get back to 0. It's too stable. So we're going to burn a tiny bit just to get our movement back down to 0. We're going to switch targets. We're going to point towards target. I think that part of the whole issue I'm having is that this thing that I'm trying to attach to is also has the docking ports in the side, so that makes it a lot harder. I think. So that complicates things. Whereas when the two ships are, I think it's easier to control the ships when the docking ports are on the front. But my objective is to have, these huge ships and everything, so they need to be able to dock. I need to be able to figure out a dock to the sides. Alright, so point towards target. And then we want to go forward a tiny bit. Pointing to and yeah, right. So let's go a little bit of speed to get towards each other. We skipped the super advanced docking. Well, I mean, I did the other docking once. I did the other one once, and so now I'm ready to do, because I can only dock so many things, like, end to end. I mean, I guess I could have a super long thing, but it doesn't really, not really what I'm after. There's also flexible docking ports. I don't know if that's actually better, if that would help with some of the, like making them attach, even if they're not. Maybe when I'm next time down there, I'll take a look at the description on the flexible docking. Because if that would make it so that they connect easier, then maybe that's cool. I was thinking it wouldn't be as stable, but maybe it's actually better. to target. We'll see if this guy knows how to do that. We'll get there, maybe. So I think there's a little bit of a drift between us. So we might want to... I'm looking at the instructions next to me. Experiment with how much delta V you can get each versus thrusters. You can rotate with Q and E. And we want these to be matching better, I think. So let's try turning on RCS. And let's fiddle with these things. Try to get them to be... Let's see what happens when I change these different things. What I'm guessing is that I want those circles to be in the middle, as well as the green indicator. So that does move things closer together in the middle there. I think. I think it's moving the target thing closer to the middle. Okay, so we've done a thing. Let's try and get it more the other way. I'm trying to look at the crosshair there, so I'm trying to get the crosshairs to all match up. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so the other way. Got it. Okay, so that seems good. And then is H go forward? So now it's changed a little bit the other way. So if I go down... Okay, so we're going to go the other way. I think this is positive. It was positive. Trying to figure out which direction is which with this thing. Okay. So when I point down, it moves it down. Okay. It moves me down at least. So I think we want to counteract that movement. Hold. Is it still moving? No, I think we're good. Maybe. Turn off RCS, perhaps. Our distance is increasing though. So now we want to turn on RCS and Now we get closer? No. Okay, now we're getting closer. Let's try to RCS and mess around with those things again. So we want our thing to go down. Is it not? Oh, I'm doing the wrong way. Like a little delicate snowflake. Gotta be very careful with it. Okay, can we connect? I guess let's switch guys. Let's turn off RCS. Switch guys. Point towards target. We could turn on RCS there. I don't know. Let's point towards target. Are we moving forward relative? Are we in a good spot? No, we're in a bad spot. Okay, so let's go point towards target. See, that's way over there. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if I have to have all that lined up in the middle there. But whenever I try to change any of that, it seems like I keep on messing up other stuff. Just would like to go closer to you. Okay, now we're getting closer. Alright. Let's turn on RCS. We want to go down. Okay, I'm going to stop moving down now. Okay. Turn off RCS. Let's turn back on RCS. We want to go up now. 14 meters away. So close. Are we getting closer still? No, we're not. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, now we're getting closer. Let's switch over here. You could say to target. Good, it's already target. Good. You can fix yourself. So we want to go up. Sure what you're doing. Target. Okay, we want to have the line go down. Okay, we want it to slow down now. Ten. So close. Alright, now we want to go down a little more again. So we want to go down again. We want to go up. Tiny bit. We want to go down a tiny bit. Up. Okay, switch targets. Make sure we're pointing a target. Switch. We want to go down. What is happening? Point towards target. What's happening? Oh, I see, because we're just so close, maybe? No, I'm using the wrong buttons. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're fine. We want to go down. Relative to our guy. Let's go up. If I just go forward a tiny bit, will this thing connect? Oh, look at this! Go! When they're so close, it's like, oh man. Whew. Okay, so success. So now this guy is safe. He's going to be able to hang out with the thing. Okay, so now, whew, let's turn out this docking thing. Well, how much time? Okay, we still have time. Okay. We're going to control from here. And we have what are these different? Okay, so that's the engine we're going to be using. We have this extra stuff, but we'll get back to that. Holy cow! Okay, so we want to hook up to this guy. So we need to first fix our orbit. Yeah, that was tough, but I'm understanding it more and more, so that's good. So we're going to point to that maneuver. We'll see if flying with this extra stuff is a problem. The only thing to keep in mind is that the other ship ran out of RCS. So the BSSS or whatever science is out of, no, I guess BSS science doesn't have any more RCS fuel. So I won't be able to do any RCS maneuvering with it, but maybe we won't need it. We'll see. So we're going to point to that maneuver. It's going to be a short burn. Then we're going to get to it. And that'll be just to fix our orbit relative to the other dude. So let's warp to next maneuver. Okay. So we're going to execute that maneuver. We're controlling from the proper spot relative to our engines and everything. Everything's going to be great. I think we can transfer fuel in between stuff. I'm not positive on that. So like if I hook up to the science thing, I think I'm able to put RCS into it or something. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that part out yet. Alright, so now we need to get over to the other guy with the fuel we have and everything else. Or we just abandon ship and we send these guys back home with because I didn't have, again, on this thing here I didn't add any get back home stuff on it. So luckily this docking worked. So we're about to do the burn. I'm not sure what happened exactly. An instant replay. Did this engine fire or what? I just want to do stable orbit. Stop. If I turn on RCS, will that help me stabilize? I just want a stable orbit, please. Jeez. Okay. Alright. We're stable-ish or more now. Turn on RCS. Can we please just stabilize? What on earth happened? Okay. Shut down engine. Maybe that's what the issue was. I don't know. Let's try that again. Okay. So we can still do the same maneuver. Let's right-click on this. Let's click on this. Add a rotation. So I guess we need to adjust the thing a little bit more. Something screwed. Okay, let's try again. So this guy, add a maneuver. Actually, I guess it's what? It's fine. We'll do it here. Makes it better. Point towards maneuver. I've turned off that engine. So hopefully... hopefully this thing with this big thing sticking out of the side could still go forward properly. I didn't think that would be an issue. I'm assuming that both engines were firing. I'm assuming. So, we've turned off this engine. And hopefully that will fix the problem. Luckily, we didn't rip apart. That's good. I would like to... oh, dear. I'm trying to warp next maneuver. There we go. Oh. Our point of view's here. Okay. That's fine, I think. Okay, so let's see again. Well, I'll burn it a little bit, and then we'll see if the thing starts freaking out. I won't go full blast right away. Yeah, that was exciting. I don't think I can control from here and then put all the dudes over here. Maybe I can. Let's try and get our point of view to there. Let's do a quick transfer crew into here. Oh, weird. Okay. Hopefully that's not a long-term problem. Okay. We're gonna burn shortly. Is it because the modem in? There we go, yeah. Nope, it's still a problem. But it's not... Ooh, no, it's still a little bit of a problem. RCS, stable. Is it controlling from the wrong thing? Interesting. These are all interesting problems that we are encountering. Let's try to stabilize ourselves. I feel like I'm in the movie Gravity, where everything's like going crazy. It's using up a lot of our mana repellent. Yeah, we're doing okay. I'd rather not rip apart, so. Not see the movie. Oh, it's good. I watched it on a plane. I watched Interstellar and Gravity when I was on a plane, and it's definitely the right place to do it, because then you have like the movie's intense, and then you have like turbulence as well, and yeah. Are we stable yet? Okay, we're stable. Turn off everything. What's happening? Am I already controlled from here, or is that always option control from here? I'm assuming I'm controlling from here. Let's also look at this whole like transfer crew thing. So what was it not happy about? Transfer crew. This guy. Here. This module is either full or internally unreachable. Different spaces. I'm docked. You can go... Oh, you can't go here. Oh, interesting. What did I put in between this thing? I thought I tested this. What is this? Oh, it's a separator. Okay, so... I'm gonna have to EVA anyway. Why can't you hear me? Is it muted? Your stream might be... I'm assuming that I'm not muted. Yeah, if you give it a refresh, you probably can't hear me. But if you give it a refresh, okay, so that doesn't work. You can't get between these two things, so that's an oversight in my whole plans. So we're gonna try an EVA with whoever's in here. Transfer crew. I wanted to see who's in here. Why isn't that an option anymore? What did I do? The game's confused. Let's change views. Let's do something. Oops, what have I done? Don't do that. Transfer crew. Okay. So, that guy is inside of here. Okay. So you, sir, need to EVA. EVA report. No, okay. Just curious. R is to turn on RCS. And I'm assuming we move over to these guys. Let's take a look. Kerbal Space Program, EVA controls. Still not working. Oh no. I don't know. Okay, controls for EVA. Controls. Press U to toggle the lights. I don't care. When you're on the ground, when you're in a free fall. No, that's not what I want. When a kerbal is on the surface, no. In the air. What's the controls? Here, I can pause the game, I guess. When you, then you can jetpack him around using WASDA. Okay, we'll just try WASDA. Huh. I don't know, Bass. Yeah, I can't coach you through it, unfortunately. Alright, so this guy can't get around. So, we're going to let go. And then we want to turn on RCS. And we want to go... We want to rotate our view. What's the buttons for this whole thing? It doesn't do that. Does this? Those buttons do everything. Okay. So that rotates that way. So we'll go down. I pause the game. So, shift to control the rise and fall. Okay, got it. Thank you. Where's the door? Good, that's for pros. I'm assuming there's a door over there somewhere. Yes, okay. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Slow. Slow. Up. Down. 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 Up. Up. We want, down. Down. Okay. Oh, too much. Now we want to do rotate. We want to go forward. Down. Turn. Up. Up. Down. Up, up, down, down, left, right. So B is board. Grab is... What's grab going to be? Oh, wait, bump. I'm going to bump it. No, stop going that way. Okay, rotate. We want to go up. No, up. We want to shift this direction. We want to go forward. What's the button? F? F. Grab. Yes! Yes! Okay, I'm not sure. You probably can't hear me. But... Okay, we've done it. We've gotten them over there. Okay, so if there's a separator, you can't go through it. Now you know. So does that mean that these guys can't get into... Oh, no, I already knew that, I guess. This one doesn't have any other compartments anyway. So, okay. So we can... So, let's experiment. Let's not worry about maneuvers and stuff like that. Let's just point to stable. Let's control from here. I don't know if you can, but let's control from there. This engine is on. This engine is not on. So let's turn on the engine a smidge and just see what happens. This is science. So it is a drag issue. The other engine is not firing, but because of the shape of our ship. Okay, so that's something to think about. Yeah, I was able to dock them together, but I didn't anticipate that when you have a weird shape ship that when you're in space it still doesn't work right. So I need to bring the other thing to here, but I don't have RCS in the other ship. So I think what I need to do is bring RCS to the other ship, and then bring that to here. So let's use RCS to just get stable again. Okay. Turn off RCS. We can actually jettison this, I think. Decouple. And we want to actually control from this ship. We don't care about this thing. I want to switch. There we go. Okay. Goodbye! Alright, so that's going away. Because there's no... I mean, if I can't fly the thing anyway. There's nobody in it. I was able to EVA just fine. Alright, so now these guys live here. These... the hub ship. They have enough food for a bit. Okay, good. So what we want to do now is switch to the other guy and see if we can get him to connect up to it with no RCS. That might be impossible. So instead what we want to do is hop down to the Space Center. And we want to send up another ship, another docking Who, to provide RCS fuel. Oh wait, actually one thing I want to test first. We're going to dock another ship up to the space thing, give it RCS fuel so that it can then dock. But what I want to see first, I wasted a lot of fuel when I was docking that guy, but what I want to try is a little bit more science. MET is a countdown. It's happening. I don't know what this countdown is for. Is this a maneuver? No. What was that? What was that countdown for? Okay. So these tanks have information, right? This tank is also there. So what I want to do, if I click on these buttons, so that's use it or don't use it. Okay, I was thinking there was a way you could transfer fuel in between things, but perhaps not. So, interesting. Okay, so that plan won't work if I just am trying to bring up RCS fuel. Let's look at our other ship. Our, the science thing. And let's ponder, because I can also just land with it. And we could, now that we know more about docking and everything else, we could just start over. Well, let's take a look at the science thing. So this thing does a bunch of science things. We could also, so the idea is I wanted to dock the end of this up to the space center, or the whatever space thing. But right now it has no amount of repellent. It's out of amount of repellent, so that might be hard to try and maneuver it. But I could make an adapter ship that will dock onto here, have enough RCS to then dock on the other one. So there's gonna be a little adapter connection. So let's make an adapter ship. So what I need is a docking port on either end. We'll see if this works. So the middle part will have to all be traversable, and we're gonna have need to have a bunch of RCS. Okay, so we're gonna do this first. I don't know how tall it's gonna be. Let's do that at least. So then we want docking ports, and that's actually, let's read about the flexible ones. When so-and-so, the engineer, found the dump lying by blah blah, flavor text. Proven design of the standard thing needed to be tougher but flexible, metallic mesh that allows for limited translation and rotation for facilities to facilitate docking in the field. So that sounds like it's like a docking, but I don't know as if it's like really unstable or not. I don't know. Yeah, we could try it, I guess. Okay, so then what we need is we need a hitchhiker thing, so we can have some body. To build the things on. And then we're going to need parachutes in case this thing is going to come back down. I know how to spell parachutes, I promise. Okay, so 3 of those. Locking. It's been so long since I've actually built. I've been so... Okay, so now we need the other end of the adapter. So what sort of thing... Let's just... Can we just attach it right down there? Okay, let's make this look interesting. Let's get rid of that. I want to rotate this. And then I want to move it. Okay. And then I want to add a docking port on the bottom. So you don't want to snap there. I think that that's a weird idea. I want to make an adapter ship, though. Okay. Fair. Let's do let's shift click on this. Oh, you won't let me do that. As Blender modeling? Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. Is there anything that's standard that comes to a point that I can hook the docking thing onto? These things all suck. Huh. Let's attach this thing on there. Yeah, the rotation move stuff. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to, but can I attach a docking port on the bottom of this, and does it snap? Oh, it does snap. It actually snaps the wrong direction, though. So let's rotate it. So in theory, that functions. So this might be an adapter ship. I mean, we're gonna add more things on there. Also, landing is. I mean, there are parachutes on there. The structure isn't great, but I think this would land. Now we need to add stuff onto the sides. We need RCS on it. Let's do ×4. Where's the best? Let's look at this thing so we can line it up. The best on there. We're going to add stuff onto the bottom of this that we plan to get rid of. At some point. Yeah. We're going to add some engine stuff on the bottom of this. So let's do a big decoupler. How well it's going to function if it connects there. Okay, let's try that. And if I try to attach fuel on there, what happens? No. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. So we won't put anything on the bottom there. We will just attempt to now add engines on the side. We're gonna need RCS tanks in here somehow. So let's. Well, the idea is I want it to be fully traversable in between them. So we're gonna test that before we actually ever launch. Let's go ahead and we're basically out of time, but let's try and add some more stuff in here. So we want RCS tanks. And I'm gonna guess I can put those on the outside. So let's put some attachments on here. And then we're gonna add fuel tanks on there. So the idea is I'm going to try and connect this ship, the back of this ship, up to the other thing. So I think what we want to do is add some smaller engines. Those are not okay. These are more small. Okay, good. And we want some decouplers, the bigger guys. These big, yeah. And then we're gonna have other engines there. But I guess before we forget, we want RCS tanks And we need to have enough room so that they'll be able to connect up the top there, but that's not very big. That's not very big either. Okay, there we go. So that should be enough to do some connection stuff. I guess we're gonna have, we're connecting up to the hub. So maybe we want to go with less, and we're going to be more careful about using it. Let's go with some cones. And these guys. So we won't be able to connect this direction. We'll have to rotate the ship if needed. We'll see. We'll see if that really works. Also, these are not very well aligned. Speaking of Blender, finally have something coming out tomorrow. Awesome. Cool. Let's try to get this connected up better. Here, let's just go straight on. Then we can actually scoot it down a little bit to give us a little bit more room there. Okay. So those look better. Now we need the engines that... So actually, before I forget, let's do fuel lines. So my thought is that I can make these RCS tanks function for giving these guys fuel. So what I don't know is, does RCS flow? Do we need to do that? One. Does this transfer RCS? Monopropellant stuff. Words. I don't know. Doesn't say. But maybe. Okay, so that's one thing. We're gonna add struts in there. I guess I had less of a lunch yesterday, so we're gonna go a little longer today. We'll do it that way. Okay. So we need to get off the ground. Mainsail. Boop. And then we want to add some decouplers. We're gonna add fins also. Can't forget those. Yeah. Engines or fuel rather. Probably won't take off, and then mainsail. And cones. It's kind of weird. Maybe I should go one higher with the fuel. Cones. Cones 10. And the top. And then we will copy this string from here. So Alt, click. And then we will attempt to line it up. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, now we need struts. Connecting everything together. This is a rescue ship or a fuel delivery ship. This is a adapter ship. So its job is to have modern propellant, connect up to the space BSS space, and then connect up to the hub. That's the plan. So there's a couple unknowns in that whole process, but we'll see. Does the concept even work at all is one of the unknowns. Yeah, that's one of the unknowns. That's true. Okay, let's go with this. And let's go with the strut through here. We want fins also. We also want batteries and antenna. Yes. We need that? We don't need that. I mean, I guess if we want, yeah, if we did want to go unmanned, which we haven't really accounted for, then we might want to do that. What am I missing? I need probably struts here. So fins. So we will add, I'll add something in there for doing an unmanned launch initially. Okay, what am I missing? Fins. Okay, so we're going to add in this guy and some batteries. Just to give it a try. Then we'll get rid of this stuff before we actually do the real launch. We want an antenna. Just one's probably enough. So this is the BSS adapter 1. Let's go ahead and go unmanned first. Oh, one more thing. I want to go down. Can we just scroll down? I want to connect this fuel up to there. I like that. I like that technique where we burn all the engines and then we get rid of the other set. And meanwhile, the fuel has been prioritizing to go up into that stuff. Is that the right spot? Let's also put one down here. Okay. So unmanned first. Save. No. Well. Oh, we have no crew right now, so I don't have to worry about. I have to go hire somebody else before I can actually put a person on there. So we're going to adjust the staging. We're gonna get rid of all those guys. Yeah, and then I guess next thing we would do is get rid of the bottom of those, and when we do that, we can fire these other engines. Then eventually we would get rid of those in theory, if we're landing. Then we have parachutes at the end. Or if we're actually docked, we can get rid of these. Okay. Save. Launch. One, does it take off? We'll see. So RCS or SAS on, throttle up, and go. Does take off? Is it stable? So far, yes. So this is way overkill. But you know, that's how we're gonna roll. Like we could probably go with like without this whole bottom stage here, and it would probably be fine. But you know, that's how we roll. many engines? 8, 12. 12 are burning right now. 12 mainsail engines. Okay, go. Alright, let's work on our arc. Okay, so not super stable. Not spinning yet. But less perfectly stable. I really am working on the gravity turn, I guess. Okay, now it's up. So not the most stable we have. Let's go. What would be pointing up? Let's point up. Is retrograde up or down? Exactly, yeah. So you could use the plan. Let's cut engines. No. I want us to stable. Let's go stable. So we can get rid of the outside engines. But they're gonna run into me. No, yeah, that's how they, those, oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's kind of weird. That would definitely make the thing unstable. Maybe some of my fuel lines aren't, okay, well, that's interesting. Let's kill the engines. We need to get further out. Okay, I think we're far enough out now. So that will do its thing. Whatever it's doing. So, yeah, you're right. Since some of them ran out before other ones, that would obviously, you know, make me unstable. Let's go. Ever seen Last Starfighter? No. I don't think so. Sounds familiar. But. Okay, so we have a fuel line issue somewhere. So there's those two. Do we not have... Oh, okay. Those fuel lines that I put in down here did not mirror. So let's take these out. I think. So we want this to be ×4. Usually it just kind of defaults to doing that when you're putting it on something that's ×4, but I guess it didn't work. So we have that. Good. We have that. We have it again. We have it again. Awesome. So then over here, yeah, this thing is, well, this thing we actually don't need. We don't need this. Let's try to target them. So that's what I wanted, those things. And then we have those 4 up there. Okay. So again, it's still not probably the most stable thing, but let's try this again. Go. Guy beat a video game to be picked for a real space battle. Cool. And go. So we'll try it again with the engines properly connected up with the fueling and stuff. And we could also, once we go fast enough, we can probably throttle down. I forget exactly what speed we want to go. Can't tie anything. Can't throw it down. weird that I can't... Oh, there we go. Now I can throw it down. That's weird. I wonder what in your posts my bot did not like. Alright, well, have fun feeding the ducks. Oh, removed by Kappa. Interesting. It's like I just said dogs. Kappa was like, no. Okay, so this made it into space. I'm satisfied enough. So now let's do some tests on the surface with our dudes. So this guy, yeah, that's plenty. And we have those engines and we have a bunch of stuff, so we see. Yeah, I wonder, maybe beats, no, that's not the thing that was taken out. Maybe it was, I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. So I feel good about this engine, this thing. Good enough, I'm going to send a person down. So let's go back to the Space Center. I want to test the RCS tanks and see if they actually will function. Oh, you can bring it back up. Cool. Oh, and it even takes out the taken out by a Kappa thing. That's cool. So we're gonna go here. Well, it's actually okay. Well, we'll go here first. No, we should hire somebody first. What I want to find out is will those lines let the RCS go over or not? So we will. Actually, can we burn that? If we could burn that without a person inside of it, then that might be a little safer. Because I don't know what's going to happen if I just start, like, burning RCS on the launch pad. If I can even do that. I think the ship itself automatically has some RCS. So we need to account for that. Let's turn on RCS. And burn it somehow. That's not what we want. We want to... Can I just use RCS here? Okay. New plan. New plan. Recover the vessel. We have to be in space to try it. But luckily, we have one of these in space. So tracking center. We can go to the adapter. Okay, good. You there. Turn on your RCS. Can you do RCS? Actually, can you even do RCS without a person? Apparently not. Okay. Because it can't go in docking mode and looks like RCS doesn't function. Oh no, there we go. Okay. So I will just keep on telling it to do stuff. Now what I want to see is this tank is being used. That's satisfactory enough, I think. Yeah, that's good. Okay, test is done. Thank you. Okay, so you can use RCS. I don't know if you actually need those tubes or not, but at the very least, you can use the RCS in those tanks. Okay. So we're going to hire somebody. Let's get it into orbit, and then we'll probably have to be done. Let's grab another pilot. And load them up. Fire them up. So load the adapter. And make sure there's a dude inside of it. And also take off the garbage on the top. Okay. Excellent. Look, everything's perfect. We're going to save and go. Do. I say so. Bartolot. I don't know. You have to run. There's a strategic planning meeting. Awesome. Well, have fun with that. I'm almost done. In fact, maybe I'll be done now. But let's just also make sure that we can do a crew transfer of him all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so that worked. Good. Crew transfer. So I guess tomorrow this is where we will pick up. So we'll launch this guy up. We'll connect up. We'll dock with the adapter theory, and then we'll be able to then use this to dock up to the hub, and then in theory, hopefully, we can get rid of these without that destroying everything else. I don't know. That'll be it. Thank you everybody for stopping by and watching. We successfully docked with the hub, and we learned how everything works with docking. It's very, very weird stuff. But that'll be it. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.